Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing Hunter's Moon, a Sovereign Syndicate adventure. This is a new roguelike deck builder game that's come out from the makers of Sovereign Syndicate, which I played last year on the channel. Really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a Disco Elysium-like RPG. So different genre, but the same universe. I played the demo of this a few months ago, I think. Very much enjoyed it. And the developers and publishers, Crimson Herring, were very kindly sent me like a release version, so I've been playing a little bit ahead of the release on the 24th of November, and really enjoying it still. I've actually put a few hours into it already, but we're going to start today, and we're going to start a new campaign. So this is the one I've been working on, but we're going to move into a whole new campaign for this.
No stranger to a thick fog, Hugo, but this is no regular weather phenomenon. Shall I recap? First, the fog lifted and we could see the moon. Its natural procession halted, with that unnatural violet hue. Then, random violence erupted in the streets and crazed animals. Even for the East End, that's unexpected. But where did they come from? And now reports of radical zealots causing mayhem.
So we're in London, still sort of this alt-universe Victorian setting, and yeah, bad stuff's happening. We're investigating. Everything's fully voice acted as well, I should add, so it's all pretty cool.
Well, it's no mystery why Her Majesty chose to enlist my aid. I am, after all, the brightest technological mind of our era. Yes, thank you, Hugo. I believe we'll find the answers in the skies above London. Take a look at the etherioscope. These radiation readings, well, I don't know what to make of them. If the equipment is functioning properly, it shouldn't be possible. Unless...
Boom. We're going down.
Must have been damaged in the storm. Fortunately, my armor kept me safe, but we'll need to make some repairs.
Burn the heretics.
Hugo, I believe these locals intend to do us harm. Kindly relay a missive to the Syndicate dispatch. We may need some assistance.
Okay, I'm pretty familiar with the basics, but we'll talk through stuff. So, in terms of the battle gameplay, I guess you'd obviously compare it to something like Slay the Spire. There are differences, which we will get to. But structurally, it actually reminds me of more like something a little bit Darkest Dungeon, actually, with the kind of hub meta progression that we have of getting resources, building up the stuff that kind of helps us for future missions. It is kind of mission based as well, rather than like the roguelike sort of structure of, you know, choices of paths. This is very much you go out, you do a mission, maybe get a boss fight. There seems to be each mission seems to have 3 phases, but we'll get to all that. Let's look at this screen. So we have our health here, top left. We have our nerve, which is, well, as it says here, represents our agent's sanity. And we, just like health, if this is reduced to 0, we can fail. I've had one boss enemy actually target this instead, but quite often if we come across like random events and stuff, that there's a chance it could reduce this. It's also, it can be used as a type of currency to purchase certain things from like inns, like there's like a trade-off aspect there sometimes. But again, we'll get to that in more detail. We have empty slots at the moment for what's called tarot cards. So these are offered up at various stages. There's quite a wide range of them, and they can have quite powerful effects. But it seems like the most powerful cards have a little bit of a downside as well. So there's kind of a trade-off in terms of, does this work with the build I'm working on? And then we have a list of relics. So we have a starting relic here. So our little bot here, Hugo, were we playing with Griswold, he would just revive at the start of each mission with full health. We have our characters on the left, and if you sort of hover over them, not so much us, because we control what Griswold does, but we can see what Hugo's planning to do. He's planning to put on some shield and debuff himself. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. We got this character who's going to be applying a debuff to me and Hugo, and we got this guy who is doing damage and a debuff. That's only if it's unblocked damage. If we block that, he won't do damage or the debuff. Down in the bottom left, we have slots for consumables, which we'll pick up at various points. This is our energy meter, so cards have an energy cost in the top left. So 1 energy, some are 2, some are 3, as we can see here. generally the more powerful cards, we have a little ability that we have a limited number of times per battle. Here we can deal 5 damage, electric damage to a random enemy, which I might just fire off first thing. We have our cards. Generally the hand is discarded at the end of a turn and you draw a set of new cards, but there are... it's a relic, I think, that I like. I quite like it. You retain any unused cards if you get it. We have our deck, which we can look at what we've got coming up. Then we have our discard pile. We haven't got anything there yet, and an exhaust pile, and an end turn button. We have money and resources that we gather up here, and that's about it. So let's see what we've got here. Vulnerability is really powerful. I like vulnerability builds. In fact, let's play that now. So the vulnerability means they're going to take 50% more damage. Now, does that mean that this will deal 7 or 8 damage instead? I think so. It did 5 there, but I think he had some shield. I'm not sure. I'm going to do it again anyway. Yeah, 7. There we go. Okay, good. So he's down to 15. This is a heal, which is why that's grayed out, because we're at full health. I've also got a defend, which I guess I'll stick on. We'll take a bit of damage. I couldn't play the burst fire, so let's end that turn. The shield decays by 50% per turn, so you can see ours went from 7 to 3. Now actually, he didn't attack. Why didn't he attack? Strange. Maybe we did something. Hugo's actually going to shield us both, which is rather nice of him, so actually I don't need to worry about that, because I'll have enough to cover the damage. This guy's attacking Hugo, and what have we got here? The electrostatic relay is quite fun. We got an attack card. In fact, you can see we're weakened, so we're doing 25% less damage. Apply 6 static charge to all enemies. That's pretty cool, because that's like a damage over time thing. I think they'll get hit with a random amount between 1 and 6, if it's 6 charge. It's kind of cool. They are vulnerable, so I'm tempted to do that. So that actually kills him with 15 damage. Yeah, now we're going to have that damage covered. I guess we'll just get an attack in. There we go. He's attacking Hugo. We could defend Hugo. We're not going to be able to kill this guy this turn, I don't think. So let's just do a basic attack. You don't retain unused energy or cards between turns. You can get items that make that happen. But not at the sort of the basic level. So I might as well just put this block on myself, because at least it'll retain half of that between turns. Okay, 15. So we could deal 5 damage 4 times. Yeah, I think that's going to finish him off. There we go. So that was our little tutorial battle.
Looks like you have correspondence. Must be urgent to reach you here.
So this is Molly. She was actually a character, I think, in Sovereign Syndicate. She was like a sort of a local East End London gang leader type thing.
I won't be needing that room tonight, Eustace. I'm off to help an old friend.
So this is a mission where Molly's going off to meet Griswold. But, okay, so we got a new deck this time. It's not as powerful as Griswold's, but we kind of changed that as we go. This is what's called our travel deck down here. We have like a choice of cards to put down. And these don't have an energy cost to play. They have what's more like a doom cost. They are both at 1. I've seen ones that are 0. I've seen ones that are 2. I haven't seen anything higher than that. But at the top here on the travel map, we have this doom clock. And as this progresses up towards 15, it'll tick over to level 2. And that will, all enemies will have 25% more health and do 25% more damage. And then I've seen it at level 2, where that's 50% to both. I think potentially it could go higher than that, although I haven't seen that happen in my playthrough yet. Molly's a bit different. Her coin gives her cheaper merchant prices, which is quite cool. So we have a choice of an encounter or a battle. I think we'll do the encounter first. We might end up with something that will help us.
Emerging from the wood's darkest recesses, you spy a caravan in a clearing. Close by are a tent and a table, but the site is deserted. A warm campfire suggests that someone was recently here, though you have no desire to wait for them in a forest full of predators.
So, generally these could have positive effects. They could have negative effects, these events, depending on the choices you make. some are a little bit of both. We could walk past and do neither, of course, but I think we're going to look into something. Let's look in the tent.
Upon the table are a crystal ball, a candle, and several sheets of paper. A gust of wind sends a few sheets flying to the floor, revealing an item you hope no one will miss. You take it and leave the peculiar premises.
Cool, we got a tarot card. Increase the level of your ability by 1, reduce your max ability points by 1. So that's the little thing in the bottom right of our character portrait down there. I love this one because when Molly's ability is upgraded, it actually, when you use it, it puts a vulnerable stack on a random enemy, which can combo really well with stuff. You only get 2 uses of it as well, though, which is the downside. But I tend to like to take that one because it's pretty powerful. Okay, let's do a battle. There you go. So you can see we've only got 2 uses of this. Now her ability is to draw a card, and the upgraded thing means that it'll apply a vulnerable stack to a random enemy. Now they've got quite a lot of damage coming in on poor Molly quite early here. Yeah, I'm tempted to use both of those. I was hoping to get one on each, because then I was going to use the scatter shot to hit both for increased damage. I think instead what I shall do, I'll put a stack of defend on. We'll definitely do 1 attack. So that's doing 10 now instead of the base 7. I think because I know that after this battle we'll be at the hub zone and kind of go back to full anyway, I'm going to sort of push it a bit further than I would in a normal mission map. Because we're going to take damage here, but we should be okay. In fact, our Hound companion here, Hercules, put a weakened stack on the enemies, which means they actually did less damage than predicted, which is pretty cool. Now he's still vulnerable, and so that means we can actually kill him with 2 attack cards. This guy's shielding himself, so we don't need to worry about defending here, so let's use our attack. Okay, he's hitting for 16 now, which isn't great, obviously. I'm not going to use the scatter shot because there's only 1 enemy. All it would do is like knock his shield off and like use all my energy, so I'm going to put a double defend on here, I think, actually. And we'll do an attack. It's not going to do minimum damage to him, but hey. Can't always get what you want. Now he's doing 9 damage, but I think what's Hercules doing? He's doing 6. If I do 7, it'll be down to 11. So Hercules wouldn't be able to kill him. So I think I will do a defend with my last points there. And we should have it next go. As long as we get 2 attack cards, we should be alright. And we do. There we go. Took some damage, not too much, it was fine. And now we arrive at the airship.
You see a pillar of smoke and follow it to a small farm where the starling rests in a field. Despite signs of a struggle, it looks like lights are on inside. You climb the gangplank and find Griswold inside, ratcheting a leaking pipe. He looks relieved to see you and invites you to join him at a table covered in maps and scientific charts.
She'd make a fine barn, Griswold.
The Starling's engines took a beating in the storm, but she'll fly again. I just need the right parts.
The 2 of you seem to have your hands full. What exactly does Her Majesty need from me?
Our engines need replacement parts. Not something you can pick up in the Haypenny shop, but I'm sure you'll manage. Hugo and I need to stay here and finish repairs.
Is that all?
I'm certain the lunatics who accosted us outside were motivated by some external force. If you're able, find out what it is and put a stop to it.
Okay, so this is our hub area. This is the Starling. It's in a bit of a bad shape at the moment, as you can see, but hopefully we can change that. This is where we would start our mission, but let's take a quick look at the agent screens. So this is where the experience we earn on missions, we can earn these sort of currency coins here, things that allow us to upgrade. Things like making our dog have more health, everyone getting regen at the start of a mission, being able to dodge attacks, that sort of thing. They're pretty powerful and they're good. You can see at the top as well that we have different agents that aren't currently available, but hopefully will be. In fact, if we go over to repair, this is what we're kind of working towards as well. So there's a bit of progression here as well. So in the armory, we can sort of scale this up to sort of help us between missions. We come back to the airship to recuperate, and then depending on what bonuses you've got here, you'll either get new cards, you'll maybe get a relic, that can be very powerful. But also, if we take this up to level 3, it says it's going to unlock Jericho. He's a Minotaur agent. I haven't actually unlocked him in my playthrough because although we only need 5 salvage to repair it to level 1, I think you need 20 for level 2 and then 50 for level 3, which is going to unlock Jericho. So actually you need, what's that, 75 scrap or something salvage to do that. So I haven't got that far yet. Then we have Nandi. She was a character in Sovereign Syndicate as well. I think she ran sort of like an occultish, esoterica type shop. Now she's available a little bit earlier, so we'd need 5 to repair this, which leads into this, then 5 to repair this, that's 10, and then I think with a further 20 it unlocks Nandi, so I might try and work towards that more quickly than Jericho, who's maybe a bit of a longer term commitment. That's quite good, because level 1 will gain us sort of 10 health here for all future missions, so that's quite good. So yeah, so this is kind of the meta progression stuff that you work towards. Eventually you'll work towards unlocking Griswold, who we played with at the very first battle. But let's go and do a mission. So we're going to select Molly. You get a little sort of character bio here. For this agent, the nighttime streets of London are home, and the weird abominations of the Hunter's Moon nothing more than a new quarry. Her motives for joining the Syndicate are questionable, but her shotgun, blade, and trusty hound Hercules more than compensate for any misgivings her allies might harbour. Again, you can kind of go in here from here and review her talents, but we're going to continue. There are different mission areas at the moment because our airship is broken. We can't visit these other ones, so we start off in the Withering Woods here. In the countryside north of London, the townsfolk speak in hushed tones of something lurking in the forest. Rumours abound of the vengeful spirit of Old Tom, an infamous highwayman hanged in the woods long ago. What has people most concerned, however, is the rapid spread of a new disease folks call the Whisper. So we have potential 8 missions in this area. We're going to go and start the first.
The wealthy landowners of Thornwood are hosting an exclusive moon party. Rumours of unnatural rites and inhuman guests abound. Infiltrate and uncover their motives.
So that's our kind of mission objective here. Investigate the strange gathering. Then you may have gathered from the sort of initial description of the Withering Woods that there's this Old Tom character. He's kind of like the ultimate boss of this entire section of the game, which I've just beaten in my own playthrough. You kind of work through the missions. You've got to sort of gather clues and stuff and kind of work out where he is, what he is, and then once you've done that, you can sort of work towards the encounter with him. So it takes quite a while to get there, but it's all good because we're gathering resources, we're, building our deck up and stuff. This is the travel deck. So now that we're in a proper mission, if you sort of hover over these, you can get an idea of the card that's below as well. I think starting with a merchant would be a bad idea because we only have our starting amount of cash. In fact, all of these are ones I probably want to leave until later, but I am actually going to do the crooked hair. Normally you'd go here to rest. I don't think we'll have a massive need for that in this first playthrough, but what you can also do here is just, help around the place and earn, effectively doubling our money, which is cool. So I'm going to do that. You could also restore half our health here. It is always locked at the 25 vigor, so if your health goes up to like 60, 70, whatever, this will always be 25, which is still quite a nice healing bonus. You also could spend, this is what I was talking about, using the nerve stat as a bit of currency. Like you can come here, spend 3 of these, and remove a card from our deck. I tend not to do that because I either need to heal or I need cash, so that's why I tend not to do that. But we're going to take the cash here, I think, because we'll be able to use that in the merchants. Maybe buy a nice relic. Yeah, we're not getting to. I'm actually going to do this now. 150, I know, can buy you some nice relics. But I'm not that fussed about this particular one. This is really good, but unfortunately I don't have the cash for that. These are random. I've seen quite a wide spread of the relics in my missions so far. This one seems okay. I tend not to take it though, because it always tends to offer me something that I prefer. You know, if you're... There might be, I don't know, there might be characters that you make more use of Nerve than Molly does, in which case that would be really good, but I'm not sure, because like I said, I've only used Molly so far as an agent. In terms of cards, though, got an upgraded card, but it's, yeah, this one's okay. You do get money from it. Money's good. The thing about these ones is they're quite expensive. They're good, and I like the cards, but they're quite expensive for this sort of starting thing. I'm going to take this, and we're going to sort of generate a bit more cash as we go. I want to find Anselina's carriage. She's like a Romany figure who gives you tarot cards. Growth on Mana is good as well, though. If we could get to 50. Let's do this in case I get gold through this.
In a field beside
You
the
can
old
buy
manor,
relics from
you
the
find
manor.
a crudely carved statue, several meters tall. It appears to have been hewn from a single black stone and must be tremendously heavy.
So we're going to examine the stone, which I'm loath to do. I get sort of Lovecraftian go mad vibes from it. Or we can investigate the area. Let's try that.
Half concealed in some nearby brambles, you find a discarded satchel containing a sheaf of correspondence. You startle at the sound of a splintering branch, but can make nothing out in the darkness. Gathering up the papers, you hasten on.
We got a consumable Ruibos tonic. Remove all weakness and heal 1 nerve. Okay, I'll take that. I've got free consumable. Oh no, you got to click it, and then it goes in our consumable slot. Okay, so I don't have 50 gold, so I'm going to save that for when I do. Rather than go straight into an elite battle when I haven't really amended my deck at all. I'm going to go to the chapel. We'll probably won't really do anything here. I don't need to restore nerve. The doom clock's minimal. So I'm just going to move along. It's a little bit of a waste, but I want to get to the battle that's below this. Ah, there's the cards. We'll do that next as well. Assuming we survive this. Okay, who's attacking me? He's attacking me. Now, this is a healer, this lunatic cook. I've noticed she mostly tends to heal herself from what I've seen. Hercules is going to take a bit of damage. I think I'm going to defend myself, because he does have regen as like standard, so Hercules is actually pretty tanky. I'm going to do a scatter shot, I think, just put a bit of damage on each. This is quite tough for the first battle, incidentally, getting like 3 fairly tanky enemies. I've certainly had easier first battles. Oh, okay, so we got our pickpocket card. The thing is, I'm taking quite a lot of damage here. Now, because this is a new mission, we don't have the tarot that I picked up before, so we're kind of back to our basic deck, back to our basic ability. I think I'm going to fish for a defense card, because we're taking quite a bit of damage there. Maybe not. Yeah, I am taking a lot of damage. I'm going to take another defense card, I think. I'm actually going to pickpocket. It's terrible, but I want the money to go to the manor, so we'll do that. Oh, that's good. They're weakened now, so actually we're fully shielded from all that damage. Yeah, I think we're going to start putting some damage on this guy. I could do damage to all, actually. And then defend again. That might be the way to go. What's Hercules doing? He's putting a damage and a debuff on this guy. Which was a bleed. We're working them down. Unfortunately, they're all shielded now, which isn't great. Pickpocket again. Look at all the damage poor Hercules. Yeah, we need to defend poor Hercules. He's coming in for a ton of... In fact, I think that's probably going to be enough to kill him, so I might fish for another defense card, which we get. Let's do that. I'm not going to bother getting through all their block here. Let's just steal again. There we go. So he's actually shielded. So he's going to have 21. 28. God, that's a lot of damage coming in. I should have attacked this guy because he's buffed up his damage. Yeah. But Hercules just gets downed, so he'll be back in 3 turns. Unfortunately, I'm now taking all the damage that would have gone to him, so we're going to have to defend some of that, at least. I'm going to defend twice. I'm not going to do the scatter shot, because these guys are shielded anyway, so we'll just do that so we can get close to killing him. The bleed is probably going to kill him, actually, in a couple of turns anyway. He would get to attack before then, though, so it depends on what he's going to be doing. Yeah, so this guy, I think we kill him, because otherwise he's going to hit us for 10, so it just makes that a bit easier, I think. We don't have any damage incoming now, so I think we can probably just attack. This guy's got lower health. Do that. Yeah, okay, he's hitting hard, so we can actually kill him. We shall. Oh. I thought I would kill him. Okay, I have 2 defense cards. We're going to have to play those and hope for the best, I think, on this one. We're about to get Hercules back, which is good. Yeah. Taking some damage. Okay, well, we can negate all the incoming damage. The cook's going to heal herself. So I guess I'll scatter shot, because I don't need to defend. She's not attacking. There's Hercules back. She's shielding up, so I think we just use all our attacks here. Just put it all on her. And actually, ooh, she's going to have 1 health, but that's okay, because even with the 5 shields, she should be within our range of 1 attack card, presuming we draw one. Which we don't. What's she doing? She's hitting for 7. Could scatter. Yeah, tell you what, let's pickpocket and scatter shot. There we go. Not the cleanest victory, but we made it. Okay, that gains us. So whenever you see that symbol, when I first played, I thought it was like a thorn status or something. If that's actually the symbol for our action points. So that's saying if we consume this, we'll gain 3 action points. That's pretty cool. Gain a card. I like both these. I particularly like this one because it has the vulnerable and then does the damage. So actually it's not 6 damage. It's going to be 9 damage because you're doing into the 50%. So I'm going to take that. And that's a really good card. For 1 cost. Brilliant. Alright, we're going to do the cart. We'll read this. The text is the same each time, but we'll read it as this is the first time. A Roma woman sits cross-legged before a small campfire along the roadside. Though she is old, her eyes are quick and bright. Anselina waves you over to share the warmth. She will also share her guidance and wisdom. For a price. But if you don't like your tarot, I guess you can pay 50 and replace them all. You can gain a random consumable, but this is what I tend to always do, gain a random tarot card. Ooh, this one is one of the few that I really don't like. You gain an action point, but you can no longer heal. And seeing as I've got 30 out of 50 health, I don't think I'm going to take the chance on that. I'm going to need to heal. Probably quite soon. Let's go to Crowthorn. At the edge of the woods, you come upon a faded, ivy-choked manor. The eccentric scholar, Dr. Crowthorn, invites you inside, within a shelf upon shelf of heavy black tomes, specimens in foggy glass jars, maps and other gewgaws. He offers sanctuary, though the house pulses with an undefinable energy. So here we could, again, spend nerve and gain a rare card. This is what I tend to always do, because it's just so good. Spend 50 for a relic. You can upgrade cards, but I find it hard to think of a time when I wouldn't be doing this, to be honest. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Could be good. I like this one, though. You get a summon at the start of battle, this little arachnobot. At the end of your... Oh, but I think we're going to go for this one. At the end of your turn, leftover action points is added to your next turn. These are both brilliant, and I like both of them. But we're going to go for that, because you can kind of turn that into a proper build, that kind of thing. Now, we've got 1, 2, and then our sort of final encounter. So we could do a fight. I think we'll do an encounter and then maybe try the elite battle. You get quite nice rewards for elite battles.
Fiddler, camping by the roadside. He takes notice as you pass, but continues his song. It whispers of a terrible gang of highwaymen who terrorized the forest long ago. One of the leaders, Old Tom, was a murderous sort and was hanged at the top of the hill.
I've done the listen closely thing. I think I get a clue, but I think I take nerve damage. I'm going to just ask about the word and see if we can do that without the nerve damage.
He stops to explain how the song was passed on by his grandfather. But it's not a ghost story. It's a curse.
Aha, we found a clue without the nerve damage. Nice. So here we go. We've got a new little objective here on the right. So find more clues about Old Tom. So it can take a while. It can take quite a few missions to actually gather all these clues. So let's do the elite battle now. Ah, the werewolf. This guy hits like a truck. So we shall see how this goes. God, he does hit like a truck as well, doesn't he? Yeah, well, let's shield what we can. Yeah, we can't tank this guy because he just does too much damage. So I think we just got to use attack cards while we can. He did get weakened. Thanks, Hercules. That was useful. I still haven't got my vulnerability card. I might fish for it actually. There we go. That's what we want. Right. So we'll attack now, and we'll be doing 10 per card. So we've got him down to 63 already. He's going to shield up, which isn't great, but it does mean that we don't take damage this turn. Okay, he's going to be doing quite a lot of damage to us. Hercules is shielding up, even though he's not being attacked. I think I double shield. And because he's shielded, I'm not going to attack. Now I can save my action points. I'm going to do that. And if we get good cards next time, I might even use the extra action points. Okay, we're bleeding. Bleeding's bad. It doesn't go down in this game. It only gets removed at the end of battle, so that's a really nasty status to receive. He's doing 6 damage. I can actually play all these attack cards, so let's do that. Hercules is going to do 6, so he'll be down to 32, he'll be down to 30 after the bleed procs. So again, I think we just gotta keep going with that, I think. He's down to 32. He's going to hit us really hard, though, I can tell. 28. So this is going to kill both of us, unless we do something about it. I only have 1 defend card. Well, if we do that, that'll get rid of his extra sort of attack stat there. I think we're going to have to defend. I'm not going to risk a pickpocket. Thing is, I'm weakened, so I'm going to fish for another defense card, I think, and we get it. So let's mitigate that. What are you doing? You might weaken him. It's either weaken or bleed. I can't tell exactly what he'll be doing. He weakened. Great. So actually, we're both still kicking. Okay, so he's going to be down to 20. What are you doing? You're doing 5, 15. I think he's going to have 1 health remaining, which sucks a little bit. But let's save our action points. Maybe we can do so. Oh, he's up to 4 bleed now. So actually, he's dead. But he's going to probably hit us first. He's going to hit Hercules first. So I think what we do is this. Right, pick a relic. So we get, at the end of battle, gain a consumable. At the start of battle, gain an ability point. Ah, that's one of these. So we get 4 uses of our ability. Of these, I'll take that one. Extra card draw. We get, so at the end of this battle, I didn't mention it before, but you can see you get the currency, and this is our sort of talent XP. It builds towards the talent points thing up here. We get a consumable. We could frenzy our character to do more damage and receive less damage. That's quite a good one. Reduce doom by 2 when visiting. Because I've got the free slot, I'll take it. Apply it, block, deal. This is quite a good card. You get block and do damage to all enemies. It is 2 cost, but it can be good. So I'll take that. Okay, so now we've got our last encounter.
The crowd cheers or screams, impossible to discern which. When for a moment the moon's glow fades, they exchange bewildered glances before the sky flushes scarlet again. You slip away before you can be spotted.
I'm going to reflect on what we just witnessed.
You try to make sense of the sky's shifting colours and the mad folk's delirious chorus. Ultimately, you're left with more questions than answers about what just transpired.
Okay, so yeah, so we've lost some max nerve, but that's probably
The
fine.
moon party were merely desperate half-thoughts conjured by the mind-sickening moon. You avoided slipping into madness, along with the party guests.
So having reached the end of that sort of first area, we now return to the airship, which is looking a little bit better. And we recuperate. So we can add, we add 10 health, which only brings us up to half, but we can remove a card as well, which is cool. I tend to get rid of the basic attack cards first, because you tend to pick up a lot of attack-based cards.
The forest are complaining about a weird phenomenon. The water from the wells is infused with a ghostly purple glow. These same folks were last seen dancing wildly around a fire, a murderous rage lighting their eyes.
So this is kind of interesting structurally, because each run tends to last 3 of these maps. In fact, this one, win battles against enthralled, which is a type of enemy. So I think because this one doesn't have an end encounter, this one will come to an end once we've fought 3 of these enemies, and then we'll go back to the airship and recuperate. We might gather clues about Old Tom. That's more of a long-term goal. But for your deck, for your build, for this run, it tends to last 3 of these missions until you're going to fight Old Tom. So we're kind of a third of the way through this run, effectively, now. We've got battles either way, but what have we got? I might go this one, because the Crooked Hair, I'm probably going to want to heal up quite soonish at there. Oh, God. These remind me of the forest critters out of South Park, you know, the Christmas episodes. Because these... If I have a run end early, it's generally because of these guys. They ramp up really hard. What are you doing? You're probably weakening. So I think I could probably get away with 1 defend card. I mean, I could anyway, but... Now, I think the Badger is the one that really gets me, because he ramps up his strength and then he does a multi-attack that absolutely ruins me. But I'm torn between... Yeah, we need Hercules. If Hercules goes down and these guys just solo me, it's bad times. So he's got... that's strength up. So he's now hitting for 10. That's not his multi-attack, incidentally. Can I kill him? Well, we could do 9. What are you... you're attacking that one. We could do 9. That'll be 10, so that's 19. I could probably maybe fish for another attack card, so I think we go for it. Let's go for it now. I don't think I've got any better attack cards in my deck. I'm going to want to shield as well, aren't I? If I could take this little bastard down, though, it would remove half that damage coming in. Let's take another one. Yeah, so I've got 2 attack cards, so we could kill him. And then what happens? I've still got 10 damage coming in, which isn't great. But this guy needs to die. So we're going to have to face some damage here. Poison, that's not good. That does decrease over time, luckily, but yeah. This is pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. You're shielding. I'm taking 10 damage, I'm going to have to defend. And I think I'd double attack on the Fox, because the Fox will buff the strength. The Porcupine will, now that it's got spikes, will basically kill me if I keep attacking it. Oh, we're so low on health. Oh no! And now what are you bastards doing? Oh, you're both shielding. Okay. Hercules is hitting him for 6. If I just get 1 attack card, which I haven't been given, I could defensive blast. That wouldn't do enough though, and I don't need the shield right now. So let's see if I can just get a basic attack card in. And I do. So that should be fine. Hercules will kill him. And then we've got the Porcupine to worry about, which does bother me a bit. I think I might do the... It's a shame that does 4 damage, not 5, because then if I killed the Fox, Hercules would refocus on this guy. I think I'll do Defensive Blast, and then I'm hoping that the block will actually take the brunt of the spikes, and it does. Okay. Okay. Now we just got this fella. Ooh, okay, we've got rid of the poison at least. He's hitting for 5. We're already a bit blocked. I'm limited in... Well... Okay, I think what we do is vulnerable. Put the defend on now. Then attack. The shield will take the brunt of the spikes. And Hercules... it's a shame he's not doing the damage on this turn, but... And the bleed will actually kill him. But I think, because we got a point of block, we may as well do it. There we go. Oh, it did actually lose me an extra point. He must have double spiked. I didn't catch that. Increase max action points by 1. Card rewards have 2 fewer options to choose from. It's not great, but I want the extra action points. Gain a card. Oh, the stun. 100%. It's so useful. Now, we need to go heal because we're almost dead. It's a shame. We've got a merchant card next, but I've got to heal, or this run's going to come to a premature end. Just wondering if we merchant now or fight now. Let's do this fight. What is that? I'm tempted to stun her because that... I think she'll buff up their strength and make them hit a lot harder. So let's do that. I'm not taking damage, and Hercules is back at full strength. So I'm tempted to do the scatter shot, to be honest. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Okay, she's putting shield on. He's hitting hard, but we can, if we just attack him with any damage, he'll lose a big part of that. So let's defend our dog. Defend ourselves. We got the merchant actually quite soon, so I'm gonna do that. Don't like the block they've all got. We have to do the defensive blast just to get block ourselves. It's not really going to get through their shields. So we could try and put a bit more damage on the healer. What's your shielding? So you're going to shield all the damage you've got coming, and I probably need to shield again, don't I? Yeah, even if I fished for another attack card, I couldn't kill her before she did that damage to me. So I think instead, better place to do that. Let's get the damage on her. So what's happening? You're gonna... Yeah, I think we kill you now. You're doing damage. You're adding... What debuff does this guy do? It could be bleed, which isn't great. Tempted to stun him. Might fish for a defense card for Hercule. There we go. Okay, you're hitting hard. Can we kill you? Probably not. I think he's going to put a weaken on, which will definitely help. Ah, that will reduce his damage. There we go. Yeah, I was going to say, do I need to fish for another defense card? I don't think I do. We'll just put this guy within kill range. What do we got? Okay, so this guy is attacking. He's attacking Hercules. Maybe we just need to basic attack this guy, get rid of him. I was considering the defensive blast, but I don't think we need to do that now. I think it's just because I could put the block on Hercules, which I'm considering, although it might just be better to do that. I'll do a pickpocket and I'll save that action point. You're blocking, you're doing something to us. We could stun him again. Which isn't the worst plan. In fact, let's put him within kill range, so we'll just do that. There we go. Get quite a bit of money for that. Ooh, I like the 15 wind up. We're going to have to get rid of something. I'm going to get rid of the T. We'll take that. So this, the wind up just buffs our next attack by that value. So if we play this, our next attack would be plus 15 more, which is obviously very good. Our card, we're only getting one choice now because of that tarot I picked. Gain 5 wind up. Luckily it's a card I like, so I am going to take that. Okay, we haven't killed any enthralled yet. I did play that one because I was wondering under the encounter whether we'd get Anselina's cart again. But I can't see it in the travel deck right now. Let's do the encounter anyway.
You come upon a small farm, encircled by a strip of scorched earth. Within lies a dead cow, ritualistically disemboweled. Its eyes glow faintly.
Now this might be a bad idea, but I am going to examine it.
Tendrils of purple lichen spew from the belly of the cow like snakes fleeing a fire. As you approach, the animal appears to still be moving, despite its tortured state. You think to put it out of its misery, but instead decide to keep your distance.
Oh, we get a tarot. Whenever you shuffle your deck, gain an action point. Brilliant, we will take that. But the Doom Clock has ticked up by 2 pips, which isn't great. In fact, what are we at the moment? Oh, we've gone up to level 2. So as you can see confirmed there, enemies' attack damage and health is increased by 1/4, which is concerning. I don't feel like this deck is particularly powerful yet, which, tell you what, 300 gold is not a terrible amount to take into the merchant. Let's try it. Oh, yeah, which is it? Oh, yeah, reduced doom by 2 when visiting Anselina the Merchant. I think actually that isn't that meaningful because I think our Doom Clock is actually... It doesn't take it down to the previous tier, I don't think. And I think we were at 0 for the current tier, so... But hey, just confirms that it does work at the Merchant as well. I love this one. At the start of your turn, 50% chance to gain an action point. I mean, it's just always great when that procs. So we got enough for that. That's okay. And this one's quite good too. Dealing unblocked damage to an enemy applies poison, which is pretty good. But I'm going to take the chance of extra AP. I could get a consumable, but I'll just hold on to the rest of my gold, I think. Okay, well we need to start fighting these enthralled, and I think that's this fight. So let's do this. Yeah, enthralled. So we need to win this fight. What is he doing? He's going to debuff us. I can't remember what he does. I think they put a stack of something on us that does damage, which isn't great. I can't do a lot about it right now, of course. I'm going to fish for my vulnerability card. I haven't got a huge deck. There's a decent chance of getting it. No. I do get the wind up. Okay, let's do that. Extra damage. We still don't get the vulnerability. Tempted to stun him now, though. Avoid whatever horrible debuff he's planning to put on us. But 1 left. I mean, I could... Yeah, actually, I'm going to play that now. So we've got 4 more AP. I guess I already played that 5 wind-up, didn't I? Maybe with that scatter shot, whatever it was I played, I can't remember now. Oh, the stun probably, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. I could wind up and then do the scatter shot. I'm interested to see if that actually does, in theory, 21 damage to both. It even says it there, yeah. So it's hard to look past that. I have a tendency to just stockpile my consumables and never use them. And they're there to be used. You should be I should be using them more. No, we're not being attacked. My question really is whether I pickpocket. And I think I will, as we're not being attacked. I'm going to actually save my last action point as well. See if we can put it towards something more useful next time. Like the trick shot and defensive blast. There's not a lot of point going for him. He's hitting for 20 though, which I don't like. I don't think I can do a lot about it, but I can put some block on. I feel like he's going to put a weakness on, so this probably will come down to 10. I can play both these cards. Yeah, let's shield up Hercules, and I'll put some damage on you. Didn't quite halve it, but it took it down by 50%, I guess. No, 25%. Okay, so I've got my extraction point here. I think we gain the wind up. The scatter shot is doing 11. It's not quite enough to kill him, but it almost is. In fact, Hercules is going to kill him. I think we kill you. And just let Hercules kill him, I think. There we go. Now, does it count as 1 or 2 enthralled killed? I'm not sure. The start about... I always take this tarot, and the reason for that is it's absolutely chaotic. You gain 3 random buffs and 3 random debuffs at the start of battle, and it pops off. I do enjoy it. I kind of like having more card rewards, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's probably going to mean less action points overall, because I've got something that does it when I shuffle, and I've got something that has a 50% chance. But I think overall it's probably fine. Oh, and that doesn't happen yet. But I like that card, so I'm quite happy with that. That pairs very well with a vulnerability one, so instead of 25 damage, it's doing 37, which is rather nice. So that counted as a battle. 1 battle out of 3. Good to know. Okay, so what else we got? We got some encounters there. Yeah, let's do 1 encounter, and then we'll see what's below this one.
On the outskirts of town, you find the crumbling remnants of the town well. It pulses faintly with an eerie violet light.
I remember this one.
Comes a low hum.
I've done this a couple of times. The drop a stone. The first time I did this, I think, for a demo video, I was like, I'm not going to become Peregrine Took and drop a stone, and I'll peer into the depths. Actually, this is the better one.
Drop a pebble into the well to probe its depth.
I think it's a battle,
Instead of
but
a splash, the void returns a shrieking whistle that stings your ears. As the echo fades, you register the sound of breaking branches in the trees behind you.
which is fine. I don't mind the battles, but I think, well, maybe the other one might have just been loss of nerve, but I can't remember exactly. Okay, so we're getting our random status effects going on now. We've received Fearless, so preventing a loss of nerve. Unfortunately, it's put on Bleed, which isn't great, and Cold, so we're going to take quite a lot of damage from that. We want to factor that in. In fact, I'm hoping that Defend might at least block the Frost part of that. I'm not sure what buffs it's given me, to be honest. Apart from the Fearless, it's supposed to do 3 random ones. I suppose the Regen is one. Didn't get the extra AP, unfortunately. Right, what are these guys doing? He's buffing them up. He's shielding him. This isn't too bad because the damage removes the bonus. I don't like the sound of the shield, though. I'm tempted to pounce. But let's do the trick shot first, so we're doing the extra damage from it. There we go. Right, what are they doing? He's hit. Oh god, they're both hitting hard. But so we need to defend this. I've only got 3 AP. Let's fish for another attack card. Oh, I got 2 there. What did I get 2? Did I click it? I might have clicked it twice by accident. The scatter shot is exactly what we want, though. And I can play that with the wind up. So this will be doing 11 damage each. Blam. God, they're still hitting hard. Ah! Tell you what, I'm going to play the Frenzy, because that will reduce that by 50%, which I think is probably quite important. I should have, if I'd thought about it, I should have played that first, because they would have done more damage. But it's these little misplays that will probably kill me. Oh, there's a lot of damage coming in. Who's doing it? They're both doing it. Ugh. Defensive Blast seems like a good plan here. Hercules is doing... Oh, there's so much. We're going to need a defense card. And all I get is attacks. Ah. We can at least kill the guy doing this much. With Hercules doing 6, I need to do 18, so I'm going to need to use 3 cards. But Hercules will kill him, and then we'll take 3 damage. Plus the bleed. It's not great, if I'm honest, but... At least the bleed is offset by our regen. Wait, he's shielding up, so it could be good to stun him on that, actually. I'm going to play this now for the wind up, which does persist between turns. Okay, so I think... Ooh, I can actually just kill him. 30 damage. I'm getting so low on health. What do I get? At the start of battle, you gain 2 defensive, and enemies gain 1 defensive, which means block gain from cards and abilities is increased by 2. That's actually pretty good, because the enemy's block is... I'm going to get rid of the Doom Clock one, I think, because I don't mind that going up so much. Whereas being able to put more block on sounds good. These are all good. Draw a card. Deal 6 damage to a random enemy. Deal 10 piercing damage. That goes... Ooh, that's really good, because that goes through block. Or deal 5 damage and 1 bleed to all enemies. And because the bleed is persistent... I'm tempted to go for that. I do like the backstab one, though. I'm going to go Vicious Attack, I think. We come across a lot of groups. I mean, you do come across very strong single enemies as well, but a lot of groups. Okay, so that encounter is the last thing in that travel deck. I've never yet come across an encounter that heals me, which is the main thing I want. We might end up with a consumable, though, that could heal me.
The lichen is spreading wildly here. You observe it pulsing faintly, like ripples in a pond.
Let's inspect.
The ripples have a rhythm, all leading northeast towards Hangman's Hill.
I think that might be a clue. Yeah, that's an old Tom clue. That's good. We're actually on 2 out of 3 already. That's a lot quicker than I got those before. We're in no shape to face an elite, I don't think. Let's do this. What do we got? Well, they're hitting me... Oh, God, all this. So I've got Vampirism. That's good. I've got Dexterity, which is really good. I've got my regen back, which is very good. Defensive. The thing is, I'm poisoned. They're going to focus me more, and I've got this cold coming in. So I definitely need to defend. I haven't noticed getting this thing ticking very often, which is a bit annoying. So he's hitting me for 6. He's shielding. Well, we're not going to pickpocket. I think that would be a waste. I'm actually shielded for all this damage, but I'm going to do it again. Trying to cover that frost damage as well. Oh, does that say piercing? Ugh, that actually goes through my block. That's really bad. I'm going to be down to 8 HP. What are you doing, Hercules? Okay, we've got to go on one of these. The Vampirism is going to help to an extent, although it's only 1 point. But I do have the regen too, so... But this piercing frost damage is going to be bad. 10 HP. At least it goes away. You're hitting for 8, you're hitting for 14. I think what I'll do is defensive blast on my dog. And I'll defend as well. No point attacking. We barely get through their blocks. I'll save the AP. But they're going to have a certain amount of block anyway because of this shell, which is you can get this yourself off a relic. It's just really nice. At the end of each turn it applies... The relic you get actually applies 4 block. It's so powerful. Okay, you're... Just wondering if we stun one of you. Probably you, because then I don't need to worry about the damage coming to my dog. We could maybe see if we get anything that would help us. Now, bleed. These guys are immune to bleed. It actually says it here. They're vulnerable to burning and cold, neither of which I can apply. Ah, this is kind of what I was hoping for. I think if we do that, do the stun. You're hitting him for 9, which is cool. So he'll be down to 23. This is a fairly pointless card against these enemies. I mean, it does do the 5 damage, I suppose, which would actually be 7 damage. But I can do that off a 1-cost attack anyway. The scatter shot would probably be better. That's 9 damage, but that's versus 10 for 1 cost. I think I'm actually better off doing these 2 cards, aren't I? The single, because he's got the vulnerability on. A bit of vampirism healing. In fact, it's kind of almost to my benefit to keep the fight going as long as possible for this regen and vampirism to kind of heal me back up. We do want to get rid of one guy, particularly this one who's attacking me now. I only need to do 5 damage to him. I don't have a basic attack card, which is what I'm going to use. This guy is attacking my dog, which I'm not thrilled about. But we could stun him. Let's do that. I think I'm actually got more health than I came into this fight with at this point. Again, he's attacking my dog. They want a vulnerability. Scatter shot's a waste. What do I get if I draw vicious attack? That's even more of a waste. I think instead what I'll do, let's get some gold. I guess I'll defend my dog. That's a lot of block. Again, he's attacking my dog, so I think we'll do the defensive blast on Hercules. 2 attacks. I mean, I'm going to do it because each attack actually heals me because of the vampirism, which is rather nice. I'll keep us in this run a bit longer if I can get some decent health out of this guy. We just obviously got to mind what he's doing. He's actually blocking. I don't really care about that at this point if I'm just... Oh, we could stun him. I'm tempted just to keep basic attacking, just keep healing off him. If he's not actually doing too much to me. I'll get in the fine wide up though, in case he comes in with a big attack next time or something. Let's save the AP, we don't need it now. Back to half health. For some reasons, I'm not going to do the trick shot because that would kill him too quick. He is going to hit me for 8. So let's put the block on. We'll just do a basic attack, I think. That did heal me. Yeah, I'm going to leave the rest. Honestly, it's a shame he's not healing. Okay, he's going to hit me for 7. That's fine, I can block that. So what will this do? So I'm going to do both of these. I mean, we're going to have to get rid of him eventually. So that's just to heal me back up to 30, which is awesome. I think that's probably about as much as it makes sense to do at this stage. Nah, there we go, Hercules killed him. Well, that was actually pretty good. I think that that vampirism, which came off this random buffs card, is basically what's potentially saved this run. Okay, these are all good. I love this one, though. For 0 cost, discard a card. We got so many basic cards, it's never a problem. And you apply vulnerability and weakness to all enemies. And you can upgrade this card as well to, like, do 3 stacks of each. It's amazing. You get after some fights, you get a randomly chosen card to upgrade. So it's actually done our vicious attack, which has gone up from 5 damage and 1 bleed to enemies to 7 damage and 2 bleed. So actually that makes it a lot more useful, actually. It's great. Ah, Crowthorn Manor, brilliant. Well, we'll do this instead. Ah, the run might actually end before we get to go to Crowthorn and buy our relic, which is a shame, but you never know, do you? So, no vampirism this time, but I have got the dexterity, which decreases incoming damage. That's not going to be a problem, because no one's going to be... these guys are not going to be seducing me anytime soon. That's just a random debuff. Okay, what don't we like? I don't like that 10 damage coming in, so we can stun him. I'm going to kind of defend that, which actually does give us the 9 because of my fearless... No, not fearless. What is that doing? Oh, defensive. That's off one of these, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that's a big attack. Ah, but if I had a scatter shot here, that would solve that problem. Here we go. So I think we... Yeah, I might fish for that vulnerability card. If I can do that, that will all scale quite nicely. Didn't get it. That's quite nice as well. But I've only got 3, so I think what I'm going to have to do is get the 5 wind up. And then we'll do the scatter shot. So it's doing 11 to each, but more importantly, it's getting rid of their massive damage coming in. The Hercules will still take a bit, but not too much. Now I get it. I mean, it's not the end of the world, because I can actually kill one of these. Who should I kill? This. Oh, if I could kill this guy, that would be quite nice. I don't think I can, though. 37 plus 10, 40... Oh, yeah, we can kill him. What we're going to do, we're going to discard this attack. I'm going to hit him for 37. I'm going to hit him for 10, and he's dead. Unfortunately, Hercules is going to take a fair bit of damage. But I think after this, we're going to be back at the airship anyway and recuperating, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, what are you guys doing? You're hitting for 10, you're buffing them up. I don't mind that so much because I can take that off quite easily. So I can play... The thing is, I think I can kill him. I do this. Going to do 9 damage, and that would be all my AP. But it would heal. It would save my dog from getting hit. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, Scattershot's good here. It kills this guy. This guy is just buffing himself, so that's not fine. I think I'll just play an attack. There we go. Yeah, I think that's stun worthy, honestly. 7 damage and an extra 2 bleed. That's probably going to largely kill him. He's stunned now, so he's going to take 4 damage. And Hercules is going to kill him. Let's just point blank him. So that's probably the end of this particular mission run. Maybe use a consumable heal 5 vigor. That's an interesting one, but I kind of like all these at the moment. What's our card reward? Oh, I like this one, the Buckshot Blast. Gain 6 blocks. Sorry, 6 block, draw 2 cards, but gain a vulnerable. I don't like anything that makes me more vulnerable. I mean, if you time it right, that you do get turns where you're not being targeted, so that's fine to do then. But then, if you're not being targeted, why would you need the block? You know? Apply 3 stacks of a random debuff. What I probably don't need is being... oh no, that probably means to an enemy, right? Not to myself. I was going to say, if there's one thing I don't need, it's more stacks of debuff. But we're going to take Buckshot Blast, because I like that. I'll leave the tarot for now, I think.
The final enthralled as his body spasms.
It's a shame I couldn't go to the mana. If I... Yeah.
And dust.
Them's the breaks,
water
though.
still glows, and the
I haven't got any
soil hums
salvage
softly
yet.
beneath your boots. The source may be deeper yet, but for now, the fields have fallen silent.
Back at base. Okay, well I think that's probably a good point to leave it for this episode. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to carry on our run. We're going to recuperate, get about 10 health, almost back to full. But it feels like our deck is kind of starting to take shape a little bit. Like with this, I don't know what I'd call it really, like a vulnerability build, I guess. You know, kind of trying to stack vulnerability on the enemies. You're doing, you know, that 50% extra damage, and then area shots or high single target takedown cards become very useful. I wouldn't say my relics are particularly amazing. I like the one that holds over our AP. That can be useful. Merchant prices is useful. We get an extra ability point. It's fine. It's fine. This one is good, but I haven't noticed it proccing that often, which is a shame. That's just the nature of RNG, I suppose. Of the tarot cards, this one's okay. We don't shuffle that often, so I probably would change that out if we got a better one. I like this one just for the fun havoc it causes. And this one actually has been helpful sometimes, making sure that we can actually block attacks where before we might have taken 1 or 2 points of damage. Because enemies don't block that often, and if they do, you can kind of just work around it with other sort of strategies and stuff. So yeah, no, I'm enjoying it so far. It's not the most powerful build, I would say, that I've experienced. Like, you get some relics that just are absolutely insanely overpowered. But we'll be going into our sort of third mission of 3 before we kind of reset and go back to the airship. And the next time we go out, we'd be kind of starting back from the beginning of our build. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm enjoying it a lot. Hopefully you're enjoying watching it. As I said, come back tomorrow for more. If you have enjoyed this episode, if you could hit that thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this episode and everything contained within the game so far. And yeah, depending on if we find another old Tom clue, we may even have a boss battle next time, but we shall see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Big thank you as well to our channel members as well. Continues to be hugely appreciated how you guys are supporting the channel. And if anyone else is interested in checking out, you know, videos a little bit ahead of time, maybe check those out as well. That'd be awesome. But thanks very much. I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.